ready, go.
Hi, I'm Chef Sherilyn Robbins, and welcome to part 2 in our series on culinary basics. Last week we made tomato concasse, and this week we're going to learn how to dice an onion properly so that you get really nice even cubes when you're finished. The first thing I always say is you got to keep your knife sharp, so just give it a couple of rubs on the steel, like so. Kind of keeps the edge straight. And put that aside. The first thing I do, and keep your fingers kind of rounded like that, you want to cut off the end of the onion, and you can throw that into a stock or anything you have going that you might need a little onion for. I'll set that aside. So you have that cut. The next thing you want to do, and leave the root intact, you want to cut through the middle of the onion, like this, so. And I'll put that aside. Next, I take out the outer layer of the onion, like so. And there we have our onion that we're going to dice up. So the first thing I do, depending if it's small dice, fine dice, we're going to just do like a basic medium dice today, okay? So what you do is you take your knife, keep your hands away, and you start cutting through the onion at the thickness that you're looking for, okay? So this is about, I would say about a 1/4 inch dice, and you get the last piece, okay? So there you have it. All right, the next thing we do, and you need to be careful, okay? You keep your hands flat. You want to go through, sometimes you have to hold it together, but watch your fingers carefully. And you're going to go through the onion like so, okay? All right? So that's where we're at. And now all you have to do is cut down. So cut down, keep your fingers rounded, use them as a guide. Kind of holding the pinky and thumb to kind of hold the back end of the onion over. And you see what you end up with is very nicely chopped onions. The one thing you don't really want to do with onions for the most part is, start chopping over them as such, okay? Should be able to cut through them at any thickness. So that would be a medium dice, all right? Let's set that aside for a stock. And we'll do the same thing for the other half. And the thing is, my eyes probably are about to tear, but if your knife is sharp, okay, you aren't really bludgeoning the onion, you're actually cutting right through it, and I tend to think that your eyes don't tear as much. So now I'm going to do a fine dice, okay? So we keep it even closer. This is why it's important for your knife to be sharp. So that's maybe about an 1/8 inch. And you're going to do the same exact thing. You want to watch your thumb and cut it down to the end, and then instead of that thickness you want to cut through the middle, so watch your fingers and such, okay? And I kind of try to gather everything together. Sometimes you have a few extra pieces, and now you'll see that these are going to come out small, but very nice, perfectly cut. Okay. And there you have it. Gather those together. And then with those little extra pieces, you can cut through like such. Okay? So we don't want anything to go to waste. And then again, the rest of this we will put in the stock or something else we were making. So that's it. My eyes are tearing, but I made it through. And you too can chop an onion, just like me. Take your time and practice. Thank you. See you next week.